So if you know me, you know I hate politics with a passion. I remember back when Kim Jong-un was being put into power, everyone was saying he's too young to run a country, and considering what we've had for the last 200 years, I don't think we have the right to say anything. Old white men to the presidency are like what black people are to sports, and because we're so limited in our options, we're starting to get to the bottom of the barrel. Like Donald Trump was pushing it. I don't care what anyone says, having him as a president made us a joke. Where else in the world do you have actors and entertainment people who have no reason being around politics running for governor and other political jobs? That's why whenever I hear someone talking shit about another world leader, I'm like, do you realize if Taylor Swift ran for president, there's a good chance of that happening? You don't see Drake running for prime minister. But I bring this up because we as a country need to stop relying on old people to keep things in check. Do you know how many steps are in place for the president to actually do something? That's what years of dementia-riddled decisions gets you. Imagine back when the president can just put a law into action. How many people do you think working at the White House were like, hey, he just asked me if we could take back everything Lincoln just did? People in nursing homes qualify to be presidents at this point. If you were born at a time when Vietnam was our biggest problem, you shouldn't be president. Imagine if there was social media back when Hitler was in power. His own people would have killed him after finding out what the fuck was wrong with him. They're gonna be like, what's so wrong with being Jewish? You're basically a retard, Adolf. What the fuck? And I say this because this is what's happening to our presidents. They're getting their shit put on blast and we're all like, yup, that's our dude. Like, do you realize we switched presidents for a reason? The president of Cameroon is fucking 90 years old. We have someone who's 80. It's only a matter of time before he pulls a Mitch McConnell.
This week has been good bipartisan cooperation and a string of
Not only that, look at this post I saw on Instagram. How in the fuck do we let this happen? She's shaped like the dad from the Addams Family, and he's 1 year older than Biden. And don't tell me this was a heat stroke. Earlier in the year, he fell and hit his head and got a concussion and fractured his ribs. How are you gonna hit your head and then fracture your ribs? This dude must have fell like the guy from SpongeBob. And hey, I can make fun of old people because I know I'm gonna get old too, and no, not to take jobs that require the brain power of someone a fraction my age. How about we pick someone who fits the resume, but also isn't about to die? Our next candidates are basically Stan's grandpa and that old guy who looks like a mummy. And there's no excuse this time. Look at the people who are running. Already off the bat, we can take off these two, and then the founding member of the NAACP because of how old they are. We can take off this guy because he looks like a ventriloquist dummy. This guy looks like someone who would play Kumar in an SNL sketch. This guy for sure exceeds the weight limit if Trump didn't already, which leaves us with these bad boys and girls. And honestly, Mikey Pence is my favorite. Have you heard him talk about food? But don't say y'all pick the best of the worst this time, alright? Y'all have no excuses. The best of the worst means like y'all had a choice between the airport employee who let the terrorists through on 9/11 and then the leader of ISIS. That's the best of the worst situation. Y'all just fucked up by letting it get to this point. As always, I hate politics and always will, but who knows? It's only a matter of time before me not voting matters. Just kidding, you don't have to vote, kids. Voting. See you guys next week. Peace.